Across the country, the Environmental Protection Agency holding hearings on President Obama's plan to cut CO2 emissions by 30% by the year 2030. The last 2 days in Atlanta, the EPA heard from hundreds of people from various entities. Some arguing the rules go too far, some saying they don't go far enough. Joining us this morning are two people who spoke at the hearings, President of the Alabama Public Service Commission, Twinkle Cavanaugh, and Dr. Stephen Smith, Executive Director of the Southern Alliance for Clean Energy.org. He is joining us via Skype. First of all, Ms. Cavanaugh, I got to ask you, why are these EPA regulations they're talking about bad?
Well, first and foremost, this is the worst time that the president could levy a tax on the people of Alabama or anywhere across the United States. Most mamas and daddies are really hurting. We have a very anemic economy, and we don't need to have an energy tax put on us. One, because families can least afford it, but also because it will affect jobs. It will affect our ability to attract new industry in the state of Alabama.
Coal-burning jobs, you mean, right?
Well, not just coal-burning jobs, but when industry or when small businesses look to expand in the state of Alabama, they look at what will they be paying for their fixed cost. And when those fixed costs are much higher, we lose the ability. And right now, you know, if...
So the ancillary effects of that, the trickle down of that. Dr. Smith, what about that, though, that there are accusations that losing jobs and money kind of rings hollow for advocates of clean energy? What about that accusation?
Well, the beauty of what's happened here with the Environmental Protection Agency is they've proposed a very flexible rule that gives lots of options for compliance. And one of those options is energy efficiency, which can actually lower customers' bills for both businesses and for individuals. So the fact that there are multiple ways to comply with this long overdue rule really eliminates what she's saying, because you have the ability to actually lower customers' bills through using energy efficiency and other cleaner technology. So this is a little bit of a misinformation campaign.
Ms. Cavanaugh.
Well, clean technology, what he's talking about is wind and solar. And right now, that is very expensive, and it will drive up what Alabamians pay. It will directly hit their pocketbooks. And when he talks about conserving energy and using less energy, you know, tell that to folks living in Alabama. It might be easy in New York City or out in California to cut your air conditioner off on a sweltering hot summer day. But in Alabama, we need power.
For the record, Dr. Smith, though, he's in Tennessee, and he's on the advising board for the Tennessee Valley Authority. So Dr. Smith, what about her claims there?
Well, the reality is this, that we are talking about energy efficiency options, things like more efficient lighting, the more efficient air conditioning. No one's saying not to use your air conditioner. It's if we had the policies in Alabama that actually encourage the cleaner technologies and the technologies that are more efficient, so we don't waste as much energy. That's what we're talking about. And wind and solar prices, they're part of the solution. They're not the whole solution, but they have dropped dramatically. And we've also got natural gas, which is basically displacing coal, which is a big part of this option. So the beauty of this rule is there are multiple compliance options, and if the Public Service Commission in Alabama and the leaders in Alabama would adopt a proactive strategy on this, they could actually help people save money instead of just defending the coal.
Let's talk more, though, about the health risks, though, because we do know that there are health risks caused by CO2 emissions. So for those arguing against those rules, are we putting millions of Alabamians at risk, though, with breathing problems and things like that?
Well, first of all, let me directly answer this question. This gentleman is right. We should conserve. I think it's a great idea, but most families are doing everything they can right now to conserve. And what this law, or what these mandates and these, what I call the Obama energy tax, is going to drive up the cost that you and I pay for electricity in the state of Alabama. It's going to take jobs away from Alabama. And we all want to help the environment. I'm a mom, and you just asked about the health benefits. You know, if I thought this had a health benefit, I would be looking at it with a different eye. But even the Obama administration's own EPA has said there are no direct health benefits. And what we're looking at is just trying to set a precedent around the world, be the international leader in this. But the reality is, even if the United States if you didn't even consider anything, if we went to zero carbon emissions, which is impossible,
Sure, we know the rest of the world has to
exhale
follow
carbon.
suit.
They won't, and they don't
Dr.
plan
Smith, real
to.
quickly, by EPA standards, Alabama air is cleaner by 50% since 1980. The forest land covers almost 53% of the state. Some people are saying, are EPA advocates maybe just jumping the gun here a little bit, though?
Well, let's go back to the health question, because that was not accurately answered. Birmingham struggles with air quality issues, and as a father and as a grandfather, I want to make sure that our children have the best air possible to breathe so that we don't have to deal with asthma and other issues like that. This rule, and it's incorrect, EPA has clearly documented the health benefits that will come from implementing this modest but long overdue rule. So to increase the air quality and healthy air in Birmingham and the surrounding area in Alabama, this would go a long way to do that, because it's going to use cleaner technologies as opposed to relying on dirty coal, which is what we're dealing with mainly in the Birmingham area. So this helps clean the air, helps kids and seniors be more
Dr. Smith, I apologize, we got to wrap there. Obviously, this is a debate we need to pick up again, because it will be an ongoing issue. Thank you so much for your time, Madam President of the Public Service Commission. Thank you for your time as well.
Thank you, appreciate it.
All right, new numbers released about the economy as well. What does it mean for your bottom line? We'll talk with a top economic analyst coming up.